Hello there, welcome back to France. Last time we finished the war with Portugal. We took 4 provinces, and we also ended up in a Regency Council, which is not the best thing ever, to be perfectly honest. And it will probably actually give Portugal, Castile, and everyone who's colonizing the edge they need. As you can see, Portugal already has provinces in Africa. They also have Cape Verde, so they're probably already colonizing in the New World. Funnily enough, here, since we took their fortresses, Portugal is going to be sieged by pretender rebels. That's brilliant and hilarious at the same time. But never mind that. What we're going to do is just keep on improving relations. There's not really much else we can do. We're going to spend money improving our, buildings and everything. Probably just manpower for the time being, to be perfectly honest. And let's see here what we can do. There's not really too many nice places to build anymore, because I've basically done everything. Let's see, can I improve some nice taxes somewhere? Let's see here. Plus 0.23, plus 0.20, 26. I should definitely just save up money and start adding taxation buildings. This basically means that, as you can see, there aren't more room. But yeah, I'm going to just keep on adding taxation buildings now, because if I can add a 10, 20 of them, then I'm going to get between 2 and 4 ducats extra a month, which is going to be very, very useful, to be perfectly honest. So for now, I'll just sit back, we'll relax, we'll be prepared for building a navy. We do need to get both legitimacy and prestige back up once the Regency Council is done. We'll probably do that by taking Provence, for instance, taking Savoy, and mostly just being a, total arsehole, if you will. So it will be interesting to see how this goes, but I think we are well on our way. We'll see how things turn out. We just reached Geopolitical 8 docks, and with that we get trade range plus 10, naval morale increase by 0.2, and we can now build a dock. Basically, I think this is actually something that we might want to do, to be perfectly honest, because the dock building here has 2 naval force limits, and it costs 200, to be perfectly frank. But let's face it, if I build that along the entire coast, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. You can guess I'm going to have a very big fleet, and I'm going to need that if I am to invade England. So what we're going to do is just, we're not going to build, we're going to make sure that we don't build to the maximum along the coast, and we're going to be building docks there instead. We're probably going to still be building a few more temples first, because again, money, and in the long run, money is going to be more important than a dock or two, I dare say. So we're going to make sure that we actually build where we can, like a scone, because it does have open spots. And also here we'll probably build mostly in the mainland to begin with before we move anywhere else. We're going to build one in the best thing here is this little house symbol is actually how many spots are open, so that's wonderful for knowing. I really like the new building map. It gives you a lot of information, it gives you a lot of good information, so I can't really complain about nothing they've done, which is very surprising. But again, coring costs might be a little bit on top, but I won't complain. Anyways, I'll sit back and relax, and hopefully here we'll be back shortly. Austria's managed to get themselves into war with Bavaria and Memmingen. We're just going to accept, because there's no reason not to be perfectly honest. We're also going to go ahead and take the indirect rule. Next humanist idea. Yes, separatism minus 10, which will be very useful. With 3 more ideas to get, which will be kind of costly for us, especially if you consider the fact that this guy we put in charge, I definitely hope he dies a quick and painful death, to be perfectly frank. For the time being, I'm a little bit unsure what I want to do, but I think I want to start improving relations with Poland, because potentially Poland could be the ally I'll take while I beat up Austria. Muscovy haven't actually done anything of interest. To be perfectly frank, it might be that they will be again colonizing. They have religious and defensive ideas after all. But again, Novgorod is alive and kicking. They might actually do something here that would be interesting. The game itself has been very interesting so far. The Ottomans have been aggressive, but they've mostly been going west, not east, which is also a little bit surprising. And they haven't actually cleaned everything up. Karaman still exists. They're not a vassal or anything, so it's definitely a weird one. Let's just be honest, it's definitely a weird one. But for now, we'll go back to waiting and improving relations with the people we care about. The ones we do not care about, not so much. But we'll have to see. I think I'm also going to most likely here just annex Neves, because they don't really serve a purpose. I haven't actually ended up handing over any promises to them. And as it turns out, I'll be the one who gets the aggressive expansion anyways. So depending on basically diplomacy tech, I think I might just go for forceful vassalization of people rather than trying to make them grow. So Nevis is definitely going to get annexed here, I think, pretty soon. For the time being, however, we'll sit back and wait, and well, we'll allow Austria here to slaughter our enemies in peace. I'll be back very, very soon. We can take diplomatic tech 9, and we will. With this, we have reached Carax and Carawel, which allows us to build Carax and Carawel, which will be very useful in the war that is to come. Our maximum colonial range has increased by 50, and naval maintenance by 20%, which is not so good, but we should be fine even so. As you can see, we're also getting very close to right to level 10 military tech. We're basically up towards the maximum, which is not too good. Still 5 more years before we can do anything. So I think what I'm going to do now is actually start fabricating claims and get everything started here. We're going to probably start with Castile. They still have the union with Aragon, the ally with Burgundy and Portugal, which means that again, my truce with Portugal here runs out in 1515. So I'm a little bit unsure if I want to call Portugal in as co-belligerent, fabricate claim on the 3 of their provinces that they have in, on the land here. And if I were to do that, what I want to do in terms of conquest, of course, I definitely want to try and block off Africa as well as I can. So I definitely need that fleet. So what we're going to do now is actually build that 60th fleet, but it's going to be too weak to challenge both Castile and Portugal and Aragon. So it's going to be an interesting one. I think at this first war I'm probably just going to take Alentejo and Beira from Portugal, and then I'm going to take the islands and everything, and probably just vassalize Portugal with Algarve as the only thing they have. I'm probably just going to take these 2 islands here, and also of course their colonies in Africa for, well, trading nations. I'm not very sure how I'm going to handle this, but it's definitely going to be interesting. And funnily enough, here you have Ijebu actually colonizing, which is definitely interesting. Or Kong, actually. Sorry, that's my bad. So yeah, that's definitely interesting. Let's just be perfectly honest. Wait a minute, it used to be tropical? It's jungle now? Well, doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm going to just sit back and wait, and we'll start building our fleet, I think. Although, again, the fleet here won't be that powerful. It's just a regular 6th fleet. Why can't I build this? Is it too expensive? I'm probably just going to have to wait then, save up some money. But as you can see, we're making a lot of cash. So for now, we'll sit back, relax, and we'll see how things go. We can take another one of the humanist ideas here, cultural ties, which also gives us the French idea, native trading principles, which means that native attacks are severely reduced and development cost reduction from natives is increased by 100%. Basically, we don't take any cost from natives, if you will. Cultural ties, accept the culture threshold plus minus 50%, which means that we should, in theory, get some accept cultures very, very soon. Didn't happen though. So I'll have to deal with that later, but basically I think it's also time to, well, start fabricating claims here, because as you can see, my claims have basically run out, which is a major problem. So what I think we're going to do is just fabricate claim on Provence first. Naples, Siena, Utrecht, that's not the best thing ever. I think we're just going to start fabricating claims here. Unfortunately, Castile, Queen is still alive, sadly. So I'm going to fabricate claims on Castile and of course Aragon. We're going after the 3 on top here. Salamanca, Castilla de la Vieja and Soria, as well as Zaragoza, Barcelona, Tarragona, Valencia and Alicante, if we can. So I'm going to just start fabricating claims because it's very close here to our guy coming of age. And my claims just ran out, so we have to do it anyways. Unfortunately, I'll probably get spotted once or twice doing this, but it should be fine. For now, we'll fabricate claims and then we'll see what happens. As you can see, I've also started building the fleet. It's actually going to take 5 years, which was perfect. But I'm a little bit unsure how much this is going to cost me in terms of naval navy maintenance. It shouldn't be too much though. Wow, already seen in Zaragoza, so yeah, my co-op there was appropriate, I dare say, sadly. But again, I'm very amazed that I haven't actually had a coalition against me. Usually, or at least with the last expansion, getting a coalition against you was incredibly simple. I can gain 50 administrative power, lose 20 papal influence. Well, why don't we do that? But first do that, which brings us up to 22% chance. And we will poison the bishop's lunch, because we're bastards. But yeah, we're also running very low legitimacy, which is a main problem here. And it's also one of the reasons why I definitely want to go ahead and declare war on England, because of the fact they're our rival, and thus they should definitely be a decent target. Power projection helps with legitimacy, and that's basically why I want to do it. We should also go ahead and issue embargoes. We should have done this ages ago. You can issue embargoes on your rivals without taking any penalties, and that's why we're basically going to do that on Castile here, because that will probably give us more money, hopefully. But yeah, we're going to keep on fabricating claims, and once that guy's on age, we're going to see how the war goes. Should be worth noting here that Austria has actually gone on kind of a spree. They've taken Augsburg from Bavaria, and they're currently at war with Ravensburg, and they're probably going to just go for the annexation. They also just got a Regency Council, which means that they won't be able to declare war on their own, which means that they'll basically be my lapdog for a little while, and that is wonderful. Currently they're fighting Milan here, as you can see. Austria is at war with Ravensburg and Milan. Milan is getting assigned to them by the doomstack that is Hungary-Austria, or Austria-Hungary. And Aragon is actually having fun with noble rebels. So again, I'm pretty sure the union here will break, hopefully before I do anything. The second reform has been pushed too, which means that I might wanna, well, start making moves against the Roman Empire, especially before we ever get Landfriede. But we'll have to see here. As of now, I'm perfectly calm with just sitting back and relaxing. So with that said, we will get Reiter level 10 military tech. And with that, the new value of my units have increased by 25%. I can now have culverins and padreros, new cannons, as well as Vasa Reiter, which is a new type of knight. So we're just going to upgrade right away, because we don't really have any, well, rebel issues. We shouldn't have any rebels pop up and murder my guys here. And this again puts us in the driver's seat, because we're now basically 2 techs out of most, except for, interesting enough, Portugal. Let's see, what else? Lucca's actually gone on a conquering spree here. They're actually kind of good for me right now. I can take Genoa, Lucca, and Pisa from them, in terms of if I want to take the Sealand, and I actually do, so that's good. Austria's level 9, Bohemia's level 9, England's level 8. So again, I will stay on top of my military-wise, because I'm not taking any military ideas, but I definitely feel like I should take one, because I just have so much military power to spare. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But for the time being, we'll again just wait 2 more years, and then we'll start waging wars. Hopefully, the union here will break before that moment. I can always hope. And again, I'm very unsure if I want to take Bear and Alentejo, but I think I will. So we'll just start fabricating claims. The claim of Soria here will vanish in 1521. So I have plenty of time to get that one. And again, it's just these 3 that I want from Castile this time, because I couldn't fabricate any claims on the south side, sadly. So we'll go back to waiting, and hopefully the Castilian overlord will die soon. We can take our next admin idea here, or humanist idea, benevolence. Better relation over time plus 33% will be very, very useful, especially with our aggressive well, behavior. Currently, I'm fabricating claims with Genoa here, because they don't have any allies. They, well, allies the place. I want Corsica, and I also got a free claim on Nice thanks to a diplomatic, well, issue. And funnily enough here, Savoy is actually allied with Naples, Liege, and Bar, and as you can see, these guys are allied with Lorraine, Naples, Siena, and Utrecht. So Naples and Siena will be out of the equation. And I do definitely want to take Provence, just make the map look prettier. And I want to kind of make a snake here for the time being, just down to Italy to conquer it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But for the time being, we'll sit back, relax, and just allow time to pass, because we should be very, very close here to the truce time running out. So we're going to actually start moving our troops over to what will be the new war zone, because there's no reason to keep messing around with Castile and Portugal for now. Portugal's truce run out in 1515, and if I want to call them in as a cobra regiment, I will have to wait. Francois 356. I will. Oh, so we have a crappy one now, but we have a very, very good one in the future here. So what I think we're going to do in terms of that is basically turn this guy into general. It will take 6 years no matter what, but let's see if he's at least he's a fine maneuver general, which is, well, he's not too crappy, but he's not good either. So we're going to send him to the front of the front line, if you will. I'll allow the claims to be fabricated here, and then we'll start moving, because again, I do want to conquer Genoa pretty quickly here, mostly due to the fact they don't have any allies, which makes them prime targets. And again, my fleet here is almost done, surprisingly enough, and it doesn't cost me too much. Looming disaster. Civil war? Oh, right, because of the fact that my ruler is crap. How neat. So basically I need him to die more now than ever. So let's just start wars again. That seems to be the way to go. Basically I have 50 months to come. If not, then we're going to have a civil war, which is going to be very, very interesting. I should probably not actually conquer anything in that regard, but still it should be fine. Do I still have my claims on Naples? I do actually, they're around in 16. I should still be fine in calling the municipal regent. Provence. No, I can't actually call Naples in its co-belligerent because I want to take Provence out on my own. Let's just go ahead and declare war. Where's my general? Or king? Where's my little shit, basically? Because he's that bad. Naples, Siena Bar. We're going to fabricate a claim on Provence, declare war. And we're also going to fabricate a claim on the last Genoa province here and declare war on that too. So here's my, well, little shit, Henry II de Valois. I need him to die, because if not, I'm going to get a civil war. And civil wars are always fun, right? Oh, I forgot something very important, and that is improve the maintenance. But, whoops, didn't die. How sad. This is going to get interesting, sadly. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we can win this. It's just the looming disaster that will be a big problem, to be perfectly honest. I definitely need them to die, hopefully in battle. But it seems like that will be a stretch, sadly. So for the time being, we'll just continue being annoying, and hopefully I can make something work here in the not too distant future. I dare hope. They actually attacked me in the mountains. Yeah, that was not a wise move. I'll keep running after these guys with the ruler here, and hopefully we can avoid a civil war. I do doubt it though, and legitimacy at least 75. Yeah, that's basically what's happening here. National arrest plus 10. I'm going to have so many rebels. This is going to be insane. Well, we'll end it here. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you next time. Well, hopefully we can avoid the looming disaster. I'll have to get some legitimacy bonuses for that to happen. Let's see here. 60 papal influence would give me 10, which I don't have because I'm an idiot to spend everything on the off chance that I would become the next pope. So yeah, we're just going to sit back here, relax, and see what happens. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.